Welcome back to Total War Pharaoh in part 8 of our Amenmesse campaign. In today's episode, we are here for the Fall of Napata. We have our siege ladders already all built up. These aren't going to be nearly as sturdy as the towers themselves. We will have to worry about any kind of fire arrows they have, so we have all of our archers ready to do any kind of anti-archer shenanigans. And we have the Nubians' clubs ready to kind of take any fire from those towers while we quickly move to overwhelm that. On this other flank, we've got our chariots and a couple of runners. I'm actually going to move them a bit closer. Ready to try to stop the enemy from getting through their gates. Likely when the reinforcements come on in, they're just going to run away and try to get inside the walls. So we are going to... Ooh, what's going on over here? We got pools of water. Mystical pools of water. I'm not sure what's going on here. They've got some kind of blue energy. The Tesseract has been hidden. Either way, let's get to the battle. We've got some walls to bring down.
Time to force them into combat.
So you guys are going to take the walls here, here,
Slay them.
and on this other side here.
Cut through them.
And then we'll have everyone else start moving towards the walls. Have them walk, though. Same thing, just kind of move in and walk, and we'll keep Amenmesse back for a bit while I locate the enemy lord. I mean, he just got a bunch of Nubian recruits. Let's go ahead and be rather aggressive with this group. We're gonna charge right into the Nubian bowmen and see if we can't have the runners actually catch up, do some serious damage.
Into position.
They're taking fire. Those are just normal Nubian bowmen. Let's go for the hunters in the back line there. We'll have Amenmesse move to join the lads running up to the front gates there. Have you walk. Looks like they are throwing some fire arrows at us. We need to stop that as quickly as we can. Up to the front and deal with those Nubian longbows. We can't really afford... We'll have the guys that are there to be fodder start sprinting. Perfect. Are you running down the javelins? Beautifully so.
Into position.
I don't know if our runners are going to be fast enough to get the guys before they get to the walls. In fact, I don't think they are. So let's go ahead. Keep them moving for now. He's going to move and brace. I noticed that you're bracing, so I'm going to avoid that. We'll have everyone converge together to try to take down this lord here. No longer braced, so he's going nowhere. We need to keep an eye on the little bar. Oh, he's going to try to brace the lads behind. I don't think that's going to work. Especially because we can just pull them through like so. Taha, you have met your match. We'll have them pull on and back across the river. We might be able to catch them, but if they get too close, these Nubian bowmen are going to mess us up, so let's go ahead and keep back. You just go after these Nubian recruit hunters here. Back on the other side. Slings are doing good work. Let's bring the javelins up here. Our ladders have almost reached the walls, which is lovely to see. Hunters to this position, and the other Nubian recruits forward as well. I mean, we've pretty well decimated the lads on the walls. The archers are running around, fleeing. You are the most right version. Let's go ahead and have you fire on a Montour. They're launching as many fire arrows at us as they can, aren't they?
Fighters of Nubia.
Those ladders deployed, lads. You're going to need it. Fire damage is 35%. We have a hail of arrows coming on in, though.
Fight with honor. I see our foes.
Climb, lads. Quickly.
Fighters of Nubia.
We need everyone up on top of the ladders here. We're going to bring Amenmesse in this position. These lads are already able to kind of move in and take down a Montour, which is perfect. Let's have the slings move forward, do their damage, and let's see what's going on with our chariots here. And they've completely run off those hunters, which is great. We just can't really get inside the settlement from here. We're just going to send them around. Same thing with the chariots. We'll just roll all the way around. Walk down in the mud. We're just waiting our turn. Get out of the mud, then. That seems like a dangerous place to sit and wait. I love how far away they leap from. Just the most dangerous possible. Alright, hunters, let's move up. Chuck some javelins at those birthright spearmen. You should be able to get good side shots in. Same thing here, just start blasting at the blobbed up spearman. You keep annihilating him on tour, who is now running away from infantrymen as well. So let's focus down these Kushite spears on the other side here. Make sure they regret blobbing up. You two no longer worry about him on tour, just deal with... Let's get up on top of the walls there with them. Spears come over and help. Keep all of the spear fire blanketing on these guys, who are completely surrounding our recruits. They're probably dropping in droves, but if we can get these arrows... That one guy's got one sticking out of the back of the neck. We're going to avoid using fire, simply because there's too many things we're going to be fighting in the background here. Nubian longbows are back up on the walls, which is an interesting strategy. They've got a bodyguard unit up there with the spear and shield variant. At least I think that's what that is. Jade archers are out of arrows. They launch them quite quickly. You boys don't move that far forward. That would make me very sad. But we will send some reinforcements in. Keep blasting at this unit here. We'll do the same thing with these Nubian longbows. Actually, take it back. Deal with the archers. Please and thank you. Same thing with the slings. Just go after those archers because they're kind of wasting ammunition. Guys are out of ammo. We definitely need to start working on any technologies that are going to increase the overall ammo we have. It'd definitely weaken them on the way in. Nubian recruits, come on down and help us deal with him on tour. Looks like he's getting clobbered at the moment. Turning a whole bunch of metal helmets into mace drums. He's probably claimed a few skulls. Go for the kick to the neck. It looks like his archers are having a really bad day, though, and as soon as we rout them, we can have the other recruits come on down. Amenmesse didn't decide to get up on the ladders. We are... Yeah, let's go for these Kushite archers a little ways over. Are you all out of ammo as well? We are running low on the ammunition. Luckily, archers are very good in melee. At least on the initial charge. Pull you guys back just a little bit. They might be able to actually chuck those javelins up and over the walls. They really, really use their arms. Alright, Amenmesse, you come on down and get ready to charge in as well. I see no reinforcements moving to help out, so it looks like we've pretty well got the main army trapped. Bring the hunters up and around and have them just find a flank and chuck javelins in it. Maybe not single file line, that's not super efficient. Just travel up this area. They should do. Going up. Slightly confused. Go line up here, and then once you do, then charge in on the Kushite archers. That should work out. Everyone else will let them recover some stamina before having them charge on in. And we'll just have these chariots move in and perhaps start clobbering the gate. It's not able to. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Now even our slings are out of ammo. Bring them up. Almost all down there. They just takes them what a ways for a long time to get actually up and over the walls. Listen, Amenmesse's axes in.
Vengeance and victory.
Alright, looks like the Nubian longbows are also out of ammo. So it's more or less just deal with the few remaining stragglers. Oh, they are blasting some arrows in on our chariots, though. That is no good. Oh, lucky I've got no more arrows. Get up there and deal with them. The boys on this side are a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, the sandstorm's blowing on in now, so they don't have quite as much range. I don't really want to throw...
Get out of there!
Yeah, we're just going to lose some recruits on that side.
To battle!
That is just going to be the way. Let's send the runners. The sandstorm's going on in. Rather quiet for a sandstorm, though, isn't it?
See them run!
We need to deploy more ladders on this other side here. You all running up on top is not actually going to be useful. Roll the chariots up and around.
Move out!
You all come over.
Pushing on! Marching!
It'd be pretty useful to try to chuck javelins at the back of these Kushite spearmen because we've overwhelmed the spears here.
Meet your end!
Everyone's getting tired.
Retribution!
Amenmesse, can we move over and claim this this gatehouse? Please and thank you. Can someone just push past the melee there?
Fighters of Nubia! Bring them down! No quarter!
Perfect. Let's go ahead and throw
Honor!
one of the armored recruits into the melee.
Fighters of Nubia!
They're not going to be able to chuck the javelins
Pushing on!
too far away.
On the move!
Just blinking kind of uselessly off the wall. Every single one that does land is going to be pretty nasty. There we go.
Firstborn son!
Alright, now we can likely capture the zone here, but we'll just press across aggressively.
Die! Never falter!
Right, now we're starting to pile up behind them. Looks like the first sets of reinforcements are here as well. Let's have these recruits here move to deal with that. Here we have some more runners. Get up on the walls. Keep our missiles well outside.
Counts! So many dead!
So many dead.
Into position! To victory!
Surprised you guys can't land any shots.
Anything for victory!
A lot of dusty spearmen for sure. Pretty sure I asked you guys to come on down and charge these bowmen who were
Find a way
getting
through.
some easy shots into us.
We have no chance! A Amenmesse denies us! Pharaoh
Thinking
advanced.
about it,
Tenement
just come on down then.
on the move!
That's too difficult.
Onwards!
Amenmesse, can you get them as well, or is that just gonna not work for anyone?
Never falter! Fear us!
These guys have already
Together
swarmed in
forever!
behind, so we'll have these other Kushite spears come down. That may just be what we have to tell them. Now that they are down, they can go ahead and charge on over.
Keep pushing, brothers!
Where are your reinforcements? See if we can locate. Are they just staying back? Or we haven't noticed them because the sandstorm's too strong?
We will triumph! No fear!
Break them. I guess they're going to go out through the front gates, which is a good idea.
Ready!
We'll send everyone in. Oh, just kidding. That's the gates then. All of the Nubian bowmen, though, are now slain.
Chariots! Ride onwards! Arrows ready! We're almost firing!
I'm not sure where the actual capture point is. It says the capture point tower is here. It just doesn't seem like it's actually showing up.
For glory!
Might be a bit of a bug.
Fight hard!
All right, we overwhelm these spears here, and then we can go home. We'll set up our own spear wall just in case. Everyone else is kind of come on down. If we move as one combined force, we should pretty easily overwhelm what's left. We just need to open the gates up so our archers can get in. All right, let's get girls flee now. It's not held in there forever. No matter how many are piled up on the walls here. Alright, now we've got to locate the rest of the enemy army. So we'll spin the
Get it done!
elite spears forward,
Into position!
Amenmesse up this way, and then the clubs can just kind of follow Amenmesse. We'll send one up and around this way.
Into position!
All of the longbows, we'll have them just go take the victory point.
Onward!
They can take the spears and the javelins with them, since our chariots aren't going to be allowed in.
Shoot them down!
You must capture it or destroy it to gain access. In fact, go ahead and get on it. We'll speed things up while everyone moves on around. We'll have the Kushite runners do a bit of scouting. One of you come on in after the temple here, just so we know where the enemy units are. It'll be the quickest to getting around. I think these chariots inside the walls would really finish things off quickly. Two boys forward. Interesting that you decided that there was no more orders to be had. Move on up to this position here. I'm sure the last of our enemies are in one of the two, or at least one of the three victory zones. One's here, so don't mind if we do take the marketplace. Let's go ahead and stand in this position just in case we get overextended. I'm betting we're hiding at the temple. I'll see one at the victory point. Let's just walk on in. I'll have them go all the way through. Amenmesse, let's go ahead and move up. Oh, there they are. They're just waiting on the walls. Okay. In that case, we take all of your victory points, and you lose. We're through the gates? Oh, we are. Awesome. Everyone in. And that may be why they're up on top of the walls. Chariots come rolling all the way through. And yeah, we're just claiming all the zones, and I'm thinking we are just going to win through time. They ran outside again. It's much safer out here. Bring everyone else up to this position. Chariots around. Well, the victory point's claimed, now what? They're losing morale per 20 seconds. How much morale do you guys have left? And they have an absolute ton, don't they? Oh, there they go. And the reinforcements turn and run for the hills. Yes. Soon the fate for the rest of the Napoleon Empire. Yeah, you thought. Quick, call an ambulance.
They posed no
Not
chat.
for me. I will take that settlement happily. Thank you.
This is ours.
Now we are going to be. Oh, which one do we
I will
lose?
take what is owed to me.
One of our Nubian
by any
recruits.
means.
Ambition fulfilled, reaching for the cellar. Your stomachs, or your subjects' stomachs, rumble while your neighbors flaunt their abundance. What a mistake. Situation easily remedied. You need to only reach out and seize what you need. Apply the bonk. Acquire the food. And we also need ourselves a new royal decree. I think it is time to start working on our third god dedication slot. It's going to take 14 turns to get all the way down here, but it is going to be well worth it. Let's zoom on out. We will have to recruit up some new
Amenmesse, golden
troopers, but that's no
horn.
problem. We may just wait even until we're back over and we can grab some actual proper Nubian clubmen.
Endlessly.
So let's actually merge these two clowns together, so I'm not paying
Firstborn son,
so much for them. And they're not all that expensive, but either way.
rich beyond measure.
The Pada is full of food options, and it's got an influence hall of records as well. Their influence was so poor because of my Kushite favoritism. We're just throwing our gold around. I'm going to go ahead and actually take this one out, though, because we're going to build up influence just fine. The War Council sounds... Recruitment and military support. I'm going to keep Napata as a purely food settlement. Rest is been reclaimed. But they may choose to bypass and go after it. I'm not going to do any upgrading to Rest itself. No matter how much I might like to. You know what? We may just go for the new Scryer stand. One workforce. We have a little bit. Expanded farmland or the irrigation ditch. This one gives us 250 food as opposed to 240. Well, we know the option. We need food. We have war with Tazeret and Greater Egypt to worry about in the race for the crown here. Tazeret is beating the brakes off of everyone. Although you could say that Waset is the true winner here. Ramses hasn't joined in. Actually, many of us have joined in. We're at war with almost all of these different nations, but most of them haven't joined in for the war for the crown. Minifer is not going to be the pharaoh next time. It's likely to be Tazeret unless we can ride over there and karate chop her before it's too late. We've got 16 more turns, so anything can happen. Especially now that we have crippled our opponents here down in the south. Sweet business. Keep looking at the same provinces isn't going to help us out so much. Once we have 5 workforce, we're definitely going to want to come on in and grab the Bronze Workers District, just to make us even more bronze in the area. I'm glad that bronze isn't also a limited resource, kind of like stone. Would be pretty terrible. Oh, there they are. Nimalote. I mean, not a weak army by any means. Luckily, the Lebu tribesmen have pretty low armor. So we will be able to at least kind of weather either a charge. As long as we can weather that initial charge, we should be fine. But that doesn't mean they're not going to stack all of our outposts. Ketpod does not quite have... Let's go ahead and immediately build this one. Let's build them both, actually. Make sure we're under no threat for the Lebu. I knew they were on their way. Yeah, I think we're pretty well done for this turn. We've got our court actions to get to, so let's come on in and I think speed along our plot here to discredit the High Priest of Amun. We'll just use some of our intrigue and our built-up regard to increase that to 96%.
Egypt stands stronger when her children are united.
I mean, that's exactly what we are. Reconstruct over here and rest. I think we will not. Imminent rebellion in Napata. Depending on where that is, we should be able to deal with it no problem.
Prince.
But it definitely does depend on where it is. Let's just go for... I'm thinking upkeep reduction. Because we can speed along towards the Chief Fletcher, which would cost us a bit of gold per turn. But I would replace the shoot while moving with possibly 30% more ammunition.
Royal Prince.
Rebellion is an outpost to construct. That is just fine. They've destroyed a few of them on their way. That's alright. Let's see what your plan is. Nafankui. So he turned around and ran for the hills. A guiding hand. Last thing I'm sure either of us desires is a conflict of interest, dear friend. So I would ask that you remain idle until I've concluded my business. Of course, you should be financially compensated for any loss of alliance you might have otherwise had your heart set upon. Is it 50 gold, lose 1 court action, and start a threat bot? No. I need my court actions. I also need the settlement of Him Shema. It is defended by 20. How did you guys manage to do this? There's the normal settlement garrison. And then there's an absolute ton of guys hanging out in the outpost. How did they manage to do that? Can you recruit straight to a fort? Let's find out. Go into the fort. How did they... Doesn't look like you can recruit straight to a fort unless the AI is able to. Which maybe they are. If they are able, well, let's stop that. That's a little bit silly. I'm gonna come on over, and if this is the fort itself, we will attack it and destroy whoever's hiding in. And then we should be able to easily come from there to take down the actual settlement.
I live for this.
That's crazy. He's got a Kapesh. Nice. Breaking this settlement's not gonna be easy. Let's go ahead and go for wall sapping, however long it's going to take. Gross. It's going to take us 2 turns no matter what here, so let's go for wall sapping and then just a whole bunch of towers or ladders. Here we are. That looks fantastic. Then we'll stay into the siege. Hole in the wall will allow us to actually get our chariots in. We'll continue to use Rest as a sacrificial city. If they bring the other armies over, we'll probably actually drop the siege and come over to crack them down real quick, and then go claim Tua.
Rightful heir.
Foolish rebels, thank you for bringing me your things. They do have some chariots, which is pretty scary. Give the rebel armies free chariot. That is a gigantic shield. Yeah. Go ahead and Egypt is powerful and merciful.
Free the captives.
Free the captives.
Worldly warrior.
Let's come on down and drop off specific
Get
troops
marching.
into the garrison. I'm thinking the hunters and the normal clubmen as a garrison for Napata. We're going to keep on moving. Likely there will be new armies popping up in Wabku or Uzkes very soon. So we'll just have you go into... This is Kawa. We don't have any soldiers really to recruit here. Oh, I'm wrong. We can actually get some good troops. We'll come straight on down to a supply army. And then however far we can move, we'll start recruiting. There, that works.
Moving on. I'll pay any price for
Nubian
victory.
clubmen. Oh, they're going to cost us bronze, are they? Well, that's no good. We don't really... I mean, we have a ton of stockpiled bronze, so... The problem is spending a resource we don't really have is very foolish. So let's just grab a unit or two or more just clubmen. We'll start training
I
up some
spend
new
my gold wisely.
new lads here. That works for me just fine. In Irma, we could go for the max tier archery range, which, how much are these guys in the upkeep? 25 gold, 28 bronze. Wouldn't be the Kushite armored. We would definitely be getting to the Tasseti longbowmen. Look at that range, 240. Aim truce, they lose 50% of it. Good grief. They lose some of their reload time as well. Sharpshooter missile attacks from this unit will ignore any missile block chance provided by shields. Ah, I see, that's why. Good grief. Spear brace formation. Oh, they're spearmen. Interesting. I mean, as awesome as that is, we definitely need the food. Workforce growth and replenishment. So let's just go for food here in Kerma. 250. Ketpa, I wouldn't mind going for the labor village for even more gold. The Libu are just going to kind of move around and sack things. Haven't yet, but I'm not sure what his overall plan is unless he's bringing me some experience, which I'm here for. Our next city for the Thutmose target is definitely going to be... Might even bypass Buhin unless they cause me issues. Balzaret is so far up in the north. We have some time before picking our next conquest. I think I will throw in, though, the religious outpost to Isis down here in the bottom part of Res. This will likely be the economic one once we are a little bit more secure in the area. Our wood deficit is really what's keeping us from building anything. In Kawa proper, I am going to go ahead and actually go for the lumber reserve. Give us a bit more wood every turn. One in for our port. Army wages. Ensure that a single unit category will have its recruitment cost reduced by 25%. That's great if you're trying to build up an army on the fly, but not otherwise. Yeah, let's just go for gossiping with the vizier.
I knew I could trust a fellow Egyptian to be reasonable.
I'm glad to hear it. What did we learn? Oh, am I involved in this other plot as well? Oh no, we're wearing the same hat. He is trying to discredit the vizier. We could either discourage or encourage it. Gain 30 regard with the target of the plot. This is used in a level 1 plot. That plot is then destroyed. It's level 2. I'm going to save my gold. Our next court action, we may just go ahead and use that to gain 30 regard instead of just 20. As well as kind of slowing down one of our opponents.
Ruler of Kush.
Right, anything else we can get to this turn? Outposts in Napata and damaged ones in New Abu. Oh, let's get that fixed up right away. Onward to Amenmesse and turn. The Washesh Wave. Fishermen recently spoke of some wretches landing on our shores, crudely clothed, armed, and poorly maintained weapons. It is believed they originate from the archipelagos beyond the sea. Several caravan reports indicate similar encounters on the trade routes all the way to Kadesh. The Washesh are hungry and prefer to raid. More than a dozen weak armies have been spotted. Cool, so you get kind of like a full forecast. Alright, the turn is again Amenmesse's, and a new pretender rises. We've got Ramesses and Shedit. Their renown has grown so much they have made their aspirations to the throne well known to others. Siege underway in Hemshema. Oh, that is our siege. I thought this was the red was telling me this was an enemy one. He's up to 20 troopers. If this is just Nubians, I'm still just the recruits. Not all that worried about that. Yes, we continue the siege. We need to take down this garrison.
Face me, cowards!
Face me, cowards. And then in Musha, do we have 5 workforce just yet? No. Really good options at Kawa. I've already got the Grand Temple to Horus, which would be great if we were necessarily worshipping Horus. It comes with other good bonuses, though. We're definitely not going to be removing it. Even if Horus is not necessarily one of the gods we're following. Going for the Hall of Records up to the Wisdom Codices, probably actually a pretty solid choice. So too would be extra food, though. Let's go for the Codices of Wisdom.
Beware my wrath.
Amenmesse. Hit the trading post, which will drop our upkeep. And I think we move to secure this settlement first. Because no matter what they can build up here in Wabku, it's not going to be able to take down any of our settlements, I don't believe. It's just quite arrogant. We'll see.
Have my loyalty.
Down to this trading post. Ping pong our way across the outposts. Nice, we can make it quite a ways. And then going into March, we should be able to actually reach the settlement. How many garrisoned? 10?
On my terms.
Right, let's go ahead and go into March then.
Get ready to march.
The last wave before Shimsu Hor. So what I'm going to do is
ahead.
create for the first time one of our golden masks, which is an ancillary that's going to increase our legitimacy. I'm interested to see just how much legitimacy it's going to actually give us. So yoink. We should have... When is it made? Is it made now?
Viceroy of Kush.
Oh, here's our golden mask now. 3 extra golden legitimacy. Blood betrays, blood is tarnished. Gold is gold. It is with gold that I will remake the world in my likeness. Seems like a highly suspect idea, but let's get to it.
Ever wise.
If we really need to, we can grab some extra... Probably not Kushite Bowman. And I'm not looking to spend the bronze on the spears. We can now get the clubs in, which would be awesome. And we can do that on the way back. Stuff. I think what we're going to go for is we'll be grabbing Kerma. Happiness. Growth is actually 8. I guess 8 is the maximum amount of workforce you can build up. So I guess until we're up at 8, there's no real reason not to have the Surgeon's Practice. Hopefully this army tries something soon. I'd like another battle. I would like another battle. Let's go on into diplomacy. We've got a fair bit of food. Let's see if we can pass out some for some stone. Or even
Death to my
peace
enemies.
with any of the factions that are not near us. Doesn't look like it.
We must be ruthless.
No non-aggression packs either. Take that on off. Let's just go for... We would love some... Honestly, I'd probably rather have some wood. Buhin has a fair bit.
Battle is my calling.
They're a pretender. We aren't currently at war with them.
Are you swayed by the heady scent of incense?
Dude, absolutely. He has not all that much in terms of wood. Let's just see how much we can claim. 150 and maybe also 250 in terms of stone. Although he has... He does value the stone more than usual. Didn't add that much to it, did it? 150? Oh, he only has 16. Bronze and gold? Sure.
A win for all.
Until you randomly stab me in the back.
Proud son of
Berker is at war with all of the other Libu tribes, looks like.
Death to my enemies.
All would...
And
All
Wasset,
will
we actually are
remember me.
fairly good friends with. Let's see
Well,
about
what can I do for you?
grabbing some wood from. Definitely not that much. They value it far more than they do stone. So we'll just go for maybe 150. He has a fair bit of stone as well, so let's go 250. Easy.
Egypt could benefit.
Egypt could benefit from that. Sounds
I'll
good.
kill you.
Aren't you on my team? Got our single court action. Let's come on in, and yeah, we can go ahead and discredit this one. Stop that. He's trying to get rid of the Vizier. Scheme, extra court actions. Not sure what you gain just for being the Vizier. Let's go ahead and discourage that one. Yoink. Down to 48%.
You move through court so gracefully, my friend.
I think I agree. In Napata, foreign visitors' entertainments is always a good choice. Perhaps we go for a Temple of Isis. How close are we to Tier 3? Actually, we're quite a ways away. Okay, that's just fine. It does look like the favor you gain through the... Where's that at? Through the High Priest is actually temporary, even though it doesn't necessarily say that it is. So it probably only lasts for a certain amount of turns and it drops on off. Or it likely it declines kind of over time, similar to how your legitimacy does through battle. Which I guess does make sense. He's just kind of dirtling around off on the side. Grab any more food buildings while we're here? Mission port?
Clearing a path.
Absolutely. The rest can be upgraded. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna save. Alright, it's once again Shimsu Hor, and civilization is in peril. Plague in Upper Egypt. That's what you deserve, Talzaret. Choose an ambition. The right to rule for conquering sacred Egyptian land. We gain 2,500 food and 200 gold. Conquering Kerma would give us, or I guess holding Kerma for 10 turns would give us food and wood. Interesting. And then peace and his discontents would give us 1,000 food and 50 bronze just for winning a single battle. Let's go ahead and conquer a sacred Egyptian land. Well, we would really prefer the food, wouldn't we? Because this is going to take a while to finish, which makes me a bit sad.
Always.
More plots in court. Oh, the discredit was successful. Look at you. Well done. And our plot was also successful. We should gain a fair bit of legitimacy now. Great, and we can go ahead and try to secure a bit more friendship with the Vizier. Gossip on away.
Your kindness will be remembered. I swear it.
I'm glad to hear it. Come and grab the shrine to Isis. No, we actually want the morale drop. Onward to liberty.
Fortune ahead.
Can't quite see them.
Stand easy.
No army? That's what I like to see.
Taste my golden blade.
And this one is one we're going to go ahead and get into the auto-resolve. Yeah! Threw me off, buddy. Ruined my yeah.
Well fought, man.
We'll take the win. And the gold mine.
This city belongs to us.
It is not sacred Egyptian land. However, I believe Uabku is, and this little bar here denotes that it is sacred Egyptian land. If it doesn't have it, it's not. Of course, we can't see the Canaanite land, so I won't even try.
Going where the wind blows.
What kind of shrines do we have here? A shrine to Horus. Disgusting. We got to switch this over to Isis to start. And then when we have the trading post, it may not be a bad idea to grab the monument just for the legitimacy down here in the south.
Amenmesse.
Amenmesse, you should be able to grab in. Perfect. Would love to get rid of the Kushite archers, but I don't think we're quite that far with our bronze development, so let's grab
Your
2 Nubian
rewards will
clubmen
be great.
and cackle the whole way. Continue to make sure our food is well and truly sorted. The army over here is gone, which is terrifying. They're probably hiding over here waiting for us to do battle.
Glorious bloodshed.
We could likely win.
You stand no chance.
It'd be a 20 versus a lot, though. Oh, maybe he just snuck on
Not
by down
another
here.
step.
Interesting. He's gonna go after Napata.
I live for this.
Alright, we have to break the siege.
You shame Nubia.
Oh, retreat.
Go back for now.
It's not necessarily what we're doing, but retreat. We've got to try to catch this fool. He will have to stay it for a turn and attack the settlement itself. Go into the 4th cataract. It's hostile. So no replenishment will be available, and they'll be up at full. I think it's better to threaten through the sea, though.
The great river
on up the Nile.
carries me.
Engaged, they will sail to the nearest island and fight on land. That should be no problem. We'll actually get to see an island battle. Just follow them as closely as we can. They just have a bunch of Nubian recruits. They're a bit of bowmen too, but that's just fine.
Get away. I'm sleeping.
12 lads in here, and it looks like the reinforcements are all good to go. Perfect. Crushing the last Napoleon army will be awesome. Happiness to report growth. Would rather upgrade our food. Can't quite snag the Shadoof farm, so let's just go ahead and come on over to Katawa and grab the fishing port here for 234 extra. 35 extra, but I don't know why we dropped one of them off. One extra for me. Quarters, residential quarters also doesn't sound like a bad idea. We've got the gold mine and the water well for influence. I'm going to go ahead and take out the influence building and just keep in the happiness one. And then I'm going to instantly construct the... either of these two. They're both a little bit more expensive than I'm willing to throw out. Lookout post. Might get traded out for a fort. We'll see. We shall see. We can, though, pass out another commandment in Kawa. Less gold from our mines by 10%. Let's go for more food produced. Right. Buy some farming livestock. We need to make sure we are well fed for the reconquering of Nubia and Kush. I believe our next war target is likely going to be Buhen. Unfortunately for them, they are the closest to us. Skill points for Amenmesse.
Firstborn son.
No chariots. It's not told us we have any ancillaries, but maybe some snuck by us. Doesn't look like it. Alright, in that case, let's go ahead and grab the additional upkeep production. Keep working towards the 8 here. Alright, awesome. They're kind of forcing my hand, which I don't necessarily like. I think we will, though, go for the upgrade at rest, since no one's necessarily nearby. We don't have any more stone. That's just fine. Not looking to haggle right this second. Okay, so they do come out to face us. Perfect. Let's have ourselves a fight on the Nile. Auto result says we'd lose. This is just a great big... Is this an island? Just a very sandy, more or less parking lot. Let's crush them. Super forced zoom in, and yeah, well, I guess it is kind of an island, right? You can see the Nile in one direction. It would be nice for it to be kind of a smaller section, kind of located in the middle, although very hard to fight in that area. Definitely want the high ground here, so let's go ahead and set up our elite bows. The intent that they are going to rush in and wreak some havoc. The little bit less elite bows on the front, so they're the ones getting shot at if anyone has to. Have a gigantic line of troopers. Have it a bit like this so that they do try to surround one side, and then we can kind of charge these guys in to deal with them from there. How many more? In fact, this allows me to grab 2 more. These guys can rush around. Spears can take the hard job. Meanwhile, the Lord also take the back to charge in to crack a flank wherever we need. Chariot's well away from the rest of the group, and we'll grab infantry, archers. You so go with group 1. I'll have you 2 go into guard mode. You 2 also guard mode. Let's get things started. Just move up and take the high ground. This belongs to me, fool. Pull these guys up the other side here.
Onwards! Pushing on!
Maybe a little bit further back like that. And we'll have the chariots roll around the other side because they're incredibly speedy.
Tricks! Power and pride!
Do some freeform commanding here because it looks so much cooler. Nubian chariots very fast. Want to make sure there's no archers hidden in this group, because they will have a bad day getting shot at by arrows.
On our way! Chariots, onward! Chariots, move!
Stay outside of their range. We need to get a little bit further. We've got a lot of range ourselves. We need to make full use of it. Oh, you got left behind.
Onwards!
Get over there quickly.
Marching! Pushing on!
Might have overestimated our ability to overwhelm their infantry. They've got a lot of them. These archers get exposed, I can pretty easily run them over. But in the meantime, not a good idea just because of how light those chariots are. Move up, start firing at those Nubian bowmen.
Aim for the
These
heart.
Nubian bowmen are your
Fear us.
job as
Into
well.
position.
To battle!
Nubian hunters are for you guys. The same thing. Not all of them made it over.
On the move.
We're gonna bring them around and have them crash into these guys here.
Chariot, move!
Could make it back just in time.
On the move! Into position!
Archers.
Bombard those bowmen.
Release.
Got a huge clump of them.
We will triumph!
The fire arrows just allowing us to
Fighters of Nubia.
went on in, scare them off that much faster.
Fighters of Nubia!
Since I'm gonna allow the chariots to move in and deal with them, I'm gonna have
The might of Nubia! Onward!
those guys pull around.
Forging ahead.
There we go. Could have probably had most of our clubs hold, so they probably take a lot of damage on that charge, but they didn't necessarily need to.
On the move!
Surround this group here. Come on away, since those guys are gonna retreat. Just have them crash into these clubs on the side.
Power and pride!
Move up,
Archers
fire on
shoot.
these groups.
To battle.
Find you a different blob of archers and make them pay.
Die.
Here comes the chariot charge. Light chariots versus light troops. Come on through quickly. So hoping for a little bit more damage. It looks like it mostly went on these lads here.
On our way!
Come on away, chariots.
Victory.
Chariots, onward! Never falter!
Pull away from this group. Keep launching those arrows where you can. Figure they'd be able to pull out, but
Move!
turns out no.
Their necks.
Very weak
Release!
into that certain game.
Power and pride.
Chariots back around, and we need to use them to annihilate the archers that are causing us problems, or we need to kind of move in on our recruits. They're actually losing their overall duels.
Chariot, onward!
Don't get bogged down.
Chariots, move! Fight at once!
Light chariots, as you'd expect, have almost no mass, and so they don't get bogged down quite easily.
Bring them down!
Another beautiful charge. Excellent. We actually had a handful that time.
We will triumph! Tear them
Let's go ahead and try to roll down this line. Spears,
Fighters of Nubia!
come on over.
Onward!
You guys keep dueling with the enemy archers there. That's perfect.
Marching! Pushing off!
Keep fighting. Chariots through, and you guys move up to fight them.
Glory.
Chariots come through, don't get bogged down. Let's have our clubmen move in. They're lacking armor, but we have the chariots to kind of swoop around.
On our way!
Into position! Cut through them!
Aim and release.
Go ahead and deal with the next group. Archers look to be done.
Aim for their hearts.
Take these guys off of fire arrows, because just because they get more damage.
On the move!
God save us!
Chariots are set up.
Fight
God
hard!
save us. Gentlemen, start your engines. Just think of how glorious these charges are going to be when they have the blood pack in.
Chariot, onward!
A wee bit cross that it's not part of the game naturally.
Chariots, move!
Bring these chariots through. These 115 speed chariots are pretty crazy.
Making it happen.
Just keep rolling down the line here.
Never falter. The might of Nubia.
Meet
Launch them.
To victory!
You guys come on back and run over these archers. They're just kind of hanging out in the middle.
We have lost.
So many fallen.
Fear us.
We'll bring the chariots out once more for another charge.
Roll out!
Keep them smashing into the light units, though.
Fight with honor.
I think our archers are mostly out of arrows, so
Fight as one.
go use your axes.
Pushing ahead!
Awesome, there's the victory. Numbers mean nothing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and run down as many of these foolish rebel Nubians, and I'll catch you all in a moment.
No. It cannot be.
You fool. Committed one of the classic blunders. Never go into battles with chariots. 553 kills for them. Only 1 legitimacy, huh? I deserve a bit more. I'm gonna take the replenishment.
The gods favor me.
Extremely overconfident they were. We've stolen a wise nobleman, giving us influence and experience per turn for our missile infantry. And we gain a common medium shield, which we have so many of at this point. Purushanda has been destroyed, and a few other things are going on currently. Wait, where did the coward flee off to? So we got 14 units. All very weakened. Gotta zoom on down. Finish this poor fool off. Yeah! Alright, the Achilles. Ooh,
Sweet.
he teleported. We'll take the extra food.
Be grateful for my mercy.
Be grateful.
Mighty warrior.
We're gonna go ahead and zoom right back on up the Nile here. Staying on our side of Rez. Hang out here with these hippos. Looks like we're building in the Shrine of Isis. We'll leave that immediately because it only costs a smattering of gold. I don't even think we need any aggressive outposts up here in the north. Let's just go for the economic one here, and I won't build the one further to the north. 6 turns, huh? That's fine.
I'll prove myself worthy.
Now that you are
Prepare to
landed,
disembark. Hard men for a hard
no
job.
replenishment, huh? I wonder why. Your replenishment value is too low. Thank you. That gives me the answer right there. I may just have him go ahead and claim the golden mask. Let's see what Amenmesse has. Line of sight. Diplomatic relations. We'll switch this over to the wise nobleman. I didn't switch the one I thought it would. Oh, yes, it did. Then he now has the Canaanite consort. That works. Elephant tusks will probably be better on Amenmesse. This works out. We'll just go ahead and make his troops cheaper. That is the way.
Line up. Let me see.
And while you're here, let's just grab a few more bowmen.
Strong arms and stronger stomachs.
And then we can have good old Amenmesse. Start working up towards these multiple rebellion armies now. We definitely need to move over pretty quickly. We'll grab the prayer to Isis.
To me by any means.
Not a shrine to Isis just yet. 108 gold. That's fine. We need the desert attrition immunity.
Golden Prince, you have
Grab
my
this.
loyalty.
And we sprint towards Wabku. Although we might be able to make it further not across
Get
the desert.
ready to march.
So we can hit all the trading posts. Did we get played? Possibly. Let's go for this one first. Trying to bounce across the desert here. Not quite.
Get marching.
Let's stay on this side of it. That way we can easily attack Wabku next turn. These 2 armies here are likely going to be enough to take down Kepa. Alright, perfect. Well, with that victory over the final remaining army of Napata, I am out of time for today. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub. I'll see you on the next one.